Hello guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a video about the J7W1 Shinden. Now, I seriously dislike this plane. It's not one of my playstyles. It's basically it doesn't fit in the Japanese tech tree. Like, that's my opinion on it. The reason is we're used to energy fighters and turn fighters in the Japanese tech tree. Now, this thing really is an energy fighter. It is a really good boom and zoomer if you use it that way. It retains its energy in the vertical, which is something good, and the design of the plane makes it really agile when it comes to roll rate. However, I don't like the ammunition count on the guns. The guns, I think that they're amazing. This thing is really a fire hazard, and I'm trying to steal a kill there. So yeah. Anyway, I engaged that bomber. Thankfully, I didn't get no lit on fire because this thing, it's on fire. Yeah, it's not like your typical Japanese plane where you can get on fire and have a chance of, well, turning that fire off. This thing, once it gets on fire, yeah, forget about turning it off. It will break immediately. It's an absolute fire hazard. Now, uh, this plane, when the Japanese designed it, it was a race actually. The Germans designed their jets, the other nations are designing their jets. The Japanese did not have the jet engine technology thingy, and they tried to make this plane with this push pull, I think, configuration of the engine. Yeah, the engine in the back. Yeah, amazing. Anyway, trying to engage this F4U in a head-on, well, he gets crit, and the fucker was trying to steal the kill, of course. This plane, when it gets damaged on the wings, it becomes really frustrating to fly. And the thing that I hate about it the most is it doesn't pull that nose fast enough, which can limit your dogfighting capabilities. Now, I'm trying to go after this B-17. The Wachwolf is turning inside of me, and look and behold, a Spitfire comes in. Now, that's the thing about Japanese guns. You shoot one correct burst, and nothing happens. So, fuck it. At close range, I'm not really good with these guns. I check behind me to see if there is an enemy behind me or anything. Going in the vertical. At long range, these guns work wonders. A little burst, wait a little bit, and Spitfire is destroyed. Now that was one of the most amazing shots that I've ever gotten, and a Spitfire interrupts my goddamn celebration and kills me and crashes into me. Now, after I had my one of my best shots this week messed up by that Spitfire, I took this thing into another game, and well, this thing doesn't climb. Everyone is above me. Even the goddamn P-47 is above me. Now we have a ground attackers on the enemy team, ground pounding, a couple of AD4s, and a Narwhal that died earlier by a teammate, and I'm trying to extend away, get this F8F in a dogfighting situation. This game turned out to be really boring. At this moment, I didn't get any kills. Like 7 minutes or 5 minutes into the battle, I didn't get any kills. Everybody's high except for a couple of ground pounders, but I want to highlight the dogfighting capabilities of this plane. This plane really does not like to dogfight, even though that I almost can make anything well, dogfight. This thing is really hard at doing that. Now you can see that the nose is not pulling up as fast enough, and it's not keeping up with the Bearcat fast enough, and with the energy retention of this thing is really hard to lose energy in. I take it into the vertical, trying to turn after the F8F. The F8F is really skeptical about my plane. If he kept on dogfighting me, I think that he would have won the dogfight. However, yeah, he extended away. That was a really smart thing to do. I think that he was trying to extend away, get some separation, push on a head-on, get me on fire, and get me killed pretty easy. But yeah, this plane is really fast. And I like how fast it is, but I don't like its dogfighting capabilities. I don't like how this plane has so little ammunition. So yeah, I put a perfect shot into the F8F. Japanese guns say no, you're going to spark, and we're in a dogfight. Now this is the good thing about this plane is, like I mentioned before, the rolling capabilities. This plane rolls good, and with a little bit of combat flaps and, well, rolling capabilities, I can get a shot like this, but I mess it up because my nose doesn't want to pull up that fast. Yeah, that's one of my major turnoffs in when it comes to this plane. It's really hard. It's really not noob friendly, and it is not the Japanese playstyle. And an F8F is keeping up with me. Now, I know that the F8F is an energy fighter and a good turner. However, yeah, if you get in this type of situation, your average low-skilled Warthunder player that's playing this playing for the first time, he's not going to do good. Now, I put in a good ammunition or a good burst into his wing. I snap the first wing and, well, destroy the other, and I get myself a nice little kill. I spot an AD4 that is landed on the runway on the middle of the map, and yeah, is going to get killed by that friendly really quick. Now, I have a bigger problem because I have an F4U above me. And if that F4U turns out to be an F4U4B, well, I'm in multiple shades of fucked, basically. So, I'm thinking how to get him down low, how to bait him. Thankfully, he's a little bit focused on that KI-84, and he's losing his energy and altitude really quick. You're going to see how he's going to lose his energy real quick, because F4Us, yeah, even the later models, they don't conserve their energy as much as this plane does. Now, I'm helicoptering my way up. I'm trying to get a little bait out of the F4U. He turns, I think that he was going for me, so I flip my plane and go underneath him. He tries to engage the KI-84, and now I'm back on my energy and up. He is going in a downwards spiral. He gets in front of my guns. I try to get a precise burst, but an F4U and a dive can really roll, and it can give you a lot of trouble. Now, the F4U player is really smart here because he bluffed me. I disengaged because I thought he's going to crash. However, he turns into the KI-84. I think he crits him or whatever, presents me with a nice little, well, straight line, and I get him down really quick. At this point, I have 2 kills and, yeah, 1 enemy player in the map. Now, I still have fuel. I still have a little bit of cannon rounds. 104 cannon rounds, and I'm trying to look for the last guy in the clouds. The tickets are on our side, and he's a bomber, so I activate an Avenger, and look and behold, it's a B-17, one of the most useless planes to be flying in air RB. And that's the problem with bombers in air RB. They die really quick. If your team has too much bombers in your team, then you don't have a lot of fighters. And add heavy fighters and, well, attackers to the mix, yeah, your team is going to suffer. And that's the main issue about the allied teams. If they do have enough fighters, they can effectively carry their matches. If they have multiple bombers, multiple attackers on their team, yeah, they're going to be lacking a lot and a lot on their capabilities to dogfight or counter the other fighters of the enemy team, especially with the Japanese and the what's their name? Germans, Nazi Germans on their side. Well, yeah, it's going to be pretty tricky to counter those as allies. So, I try to pass the airfield. You try to pass at a really high speed, 750 kilometers per hour. This thing is an absolute speed demon, and sadly it overheats way too much. I have to, on desert maps, well, I have to manual engine control it, which is something that I really do not like. I take a shot from the airfield, my game lags because my CPU is dying, and well, I take a shot at the B-17, got him with a critical snap, his tail completely off, my game lags again, and well, thankfully it lagged at the end of the battle. Now I have myself 3 nice little kills, and I'm never going to play this plane again. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Fly safe, have fun, and I'll see you on the next one.